The Stoics taught us that the most meaningful actions are often subtle, deliberate, and rooted in presence. In modern relationships, it's these understated gestures that leave a lasting impression on women, gestures most men overlook entirely. These small, powerful acts create a sense of intimacy, safety, and connection that 99% of women crave but rarely experience. By the end of this episode, you'll have a roadmap for mastering these gestures, elevating your relationships, and embodying a stoic presence that women find irresistible. Make sure to watch till the end, like this video, subscribe, and share your own story in the comments. Now, let's dive into the gestures women long for but almost never encounter. Chapter 1. Grab her face when you kiss her. A kiss is more than just physical contact. It's an emotional exchange, an unspoken dialogue that reveals your confidence, passion, and connection. Gently holding her face as you kiss her transforms the act into something much deeper. It's a gesture that perfectly balances dominance with tenderness, creating a moment that feels both grounding and electrifying. It tells her, without words, that she has your full attention and that you're completely present in the moment. The Stoics emphasized intentionality in every action, and this gesture is a beautiful embodiment of that philosophy. Grabbing her face isn't about control, it's about fostering closeness, intimacy, and trust. By cradling her face in your hands, you create a shared space that blocks out the rest of the world, leaving only the two of you in a moment that feels deeply personal and profound. It signals to her that she's the sole focus of your thoughts, making her feel uniquely desired and cherished in a way few gestures can achieve. To truly master this intimate act, focus on your movements. Keep them slow, deliberate, and gentle. Place your hand softly on her cheeks, letting your touch convey warmth and care. Alternatively, cradle her jawline with one hand while the other supports the back of her head, giving her a sense of security and protection. This positioning creates a cocoon of intimacy, amplifying the emotional resonance of the moment. Don't rush, let your touch linger and let the moment unfold naturally, as though time itself has slowed to make space for your connection. Pair this gesture with deep, unwavering eye contact both before and after the kiss. The seconds before your lips meet are just as important as the kiss itself, as they build anticipation and deepen the emotional connection. Look into her eyes with a gaze that communicates sincerity and intention. After the kiss, allow your eyes to linger on hers, reaffirming the connection you've just shared. These small details add layers of depth to the experience, making it more meaningful and unforgettable. The power of holding her face during a kiss lies in its ability to communicate emotions that words often cannot. It's not just about physical attraction, it's about creating a sense of security, warmth, and authenticity. This gesture tells her that you're not just physically present but emotionally engaged as well. It's a subtle way of showing her that she's not just someone you're interested in, but someone you deeply value and want to connect with on every level. Few men understand the significance of this gesture, but those who do leave a lasting impression. For many women, being kissed in this way feels different. It feels intentional, deliberate, and real. It makes them feel seen, appreciated, and adored. It's a reminder that passion isn't just about physicality, it's about connection, vulnerability, and being fully present with someone. The beauty of this gesture lies in its versatility. Whether it's your first kiss or the 100th, whether it's in a moment of passion or quiet tenderness, holding her face adds an emotional layer that takes the kiss from ordinary to extraordinary. It's a gesture that says, "You matter to me. This moment matters to me." It's not about showing off or making a grand romantic statement. It's about connecting on a level that feels genuine and heartfelt. To perfect this, remain attuned to her body language and comfort. While the act of holding her face is powerful, it's even more meaningful when it aligns with the rhythm of the moment. Pay attention to how she responds. Does she lean into your touch? Does her expression soften? These cues will let you know if the connection is mutual and if the gesture is deepening your bond. When done right, holding her face during a kiss has the power to transcend the physical and forge a deeper emotional connection. It's not just about the kiss itself, but about everything it represents: care, intention, and the courage to be vulnerable. In a world where so much is rushed and superficial, this small yet profound act sets you apart, creating a memory that will linger in her heart long after the kiss is over. CHA Chapter 2. Bring her close and look into her eyes. There's nothing more powerful than pulling her close and locking eyes with her. This simple yet profoundly intimate gesture transcends words, creating a connection that feels magnetic and deeply personal. When you look into her eyes with unwavering focus and genuine intent, you send an unspoken message: I see you, I value you, and you matter to me. The Stoics often spoke of the art of presence, of being fully immersed in the moment, and this gesture is a perfect embodiment of that philosophy. It requires you to silence the noise of the world, to let go of any distractions, and to engage with her fully and authentically. Whether you're dancing, sitting together in a moment of quiet comfort, or simply standing close in a shared silence, pulling her in and locking eyes transforms an ordinary interaction into a deeply memorable experience that lingers in both your hearts. When you do this, your energy should communicate calm confidence. There's no need to rush or overthink it. Let the moment unfold naturally, and avoid darting glances or fidgeting, which can dilute the intimacy of the connection. Instead, maintain a soft yet steady gaze, paired with a gentle and warm expression. You don't need to fill the space with words. In fact, silence can often speak louder than anything you might say. A small smile or a slight touch of vulnerability in your expression can amplify the emotional depth of the gesture, making her feel seen in a way she might rarely experience. The beauty of this act lies in its simplicity and sincerity. It's not about grand displays of affection or elaborate words, but about showing her that in this moment, nothing else matters but her. She becomes the center of your world, even if just for a few seconds, and that kind of focus is incredibly powerful. For many women, being looked at in this way, without distractions, without judgment, and with pure intent, is an experience they long for but seldom encounter. When you bring her close, allow your touch to mirror your gaze. A hand on her lower back or gently holding hers can heighten the intimacy, reinforcing the connection without overwhelming it. If the moment calls for it, you might say something as simple as, "I love this moment with you," or "You're amazing," but let your body language and eye contact do most of the talking. Sometimes, the depth of what you feel is better conveyed through the emotions in your eyes rather than the words you speak. This gesture is not just about creating a romantic or intimate moment, it's about building trust and emotional closeness. It requires you to be vulnerable, to open yourself up, and to show her that you're fully present with her, both physically and emotionally. For a woman, this kind of focus and intention can be transformative. It makes her feel truly valued, desired, and respected, things every person craves but rarely receives in such a raw, genuine way. The power of this gesture lies in its ability to slow time. In the fast-paced world we live in, where people rarely take the time to truly see one another, this act stands out as an oasis of connection. It's a reminder that even in the quietest of moments, there is immense beauty and meaning to be found. By simply holding her close and looking into her eyes, you create a memory that will stay with her long after the moment has passed. The key to mastering this gesture is being fully present in the moment. Don't rush it or try to force it. Let the atmosphere guide you, whether it's the soft glow of a sunset, the rhythm of music as you sway together, or the peaceful stillness of a quiet evening. Timing and authenticity are everything. The more natural and heartfelt the moment feels, the more powerful the connection will be. In the end, this act is not about seduction or romance alone. It's about showing her that she is seen and appreciated in her entirety. It's about conveying, through your presence and your gaze, that she is someone worth cherishing. And in doing so, You create a bond that goes beyond words, a connection rooted in shared vulnerability, respect, and love. Moments like these don't just make her feel valued, they remind her of the kind of man you are, someone who understands the art of presence and the power of connection. Chapter 3. Put her hair behind her ear. A subtle yet intimate gesture, brushing her hair back behind her ear, communicates tenderness, attention to detail, and genuine care. It's a simple yet powerful way to show that you notice the little things about her, fostering a moment of shared closeness that lingers in her mind. This small act carries a depth of emotion that words often cannot fully express. The Stoics taught us to appreciate beauty in its simplest and most natural forms, and this act perfectly embodies that philosophy. It's about finding the extraordinary in the ordinary and creating a connection that goes beyond surface-level interactions. When done at the right moment, during a meaningful conversation, a shared laugh, or a quiet, vulnerable pause together, it can be incredibly powerful, leaving a lasting impression. This gesture works best when it feels natural and unforced, as authenticity is key to its impact. Let your hand move slowly and gently, ensuring she's comfortable with the touch and that the moment feels organic. Pay attention to her reaction. Does she lean into the gesture, or does her expression soften? These subtle cues tell you if you've created a genuine connection. Pair the act with a warm smile or a soft, sincere comment about her beauty or how much you value her presence, and you'll craft a moment she's unlikely to forget. Such small acts of tenderness often go unnoticed by many men, yet they hold significant weight for women. These gestures signal attentiveness, thoughtfulness, and a desire to connect on a personal and emotional level. They demonstrate that you see her not just as someone you're attracted to, but as someone whose individuality you deeply appreciate. By brushing her hair back behind her ear, you're also showing vulnerability in a way that draws her closer. It's an act of quiet confidence, unassuming yet profound, that communicates your willingness to share a deeper emotional space. In her eyes, this may reflect strength combined with tenderness, a combination that few men know how to balance effectively. The power of this gesture lies in its simplicity. It's not about grand declarations or elaborate displays of affection, but about a fleeting yet unforgettable moment of connection. When she looks back on your time together, moments like these will stand out, the times you noticed her, not just as she presented herself to the world, but as she truly is. Remember, timing and intention are everything. Make this gesture during a moment when the two of you are present and fully engaged with one another. Whether it's after she's shared something personal or when you're sharing a laugh that leaves her cheeks glowing, the right moment amplifies its effect. It's about being in tune with her and understanding what makes her feel seen and valued. When executed with genuine care and consideration, such a small act can deepen intimacy and strengthen the bond between you. It shows her that you're not afraid to be tender, that you appreciate her beauty in its many forms, and that you're willing to slow down and make her feel truly special. Small as it may seem, brushing her hair behind her ear can open a door to a connection that runs far deeper than words could ever convey. Chapter 4. Lead her by the lower back. In crowded spaces, moments of transition, or even as you walk side by side, gently guiding her by the lower back is a gesture that speaks volumes. While seemingly simple, this act communicates confidence, protectiveness, and attentiveness in a way that words often cannot. It's an unspoken way of saying, "I'm here for you, and I'll make sure you're safe and comfortable." Stoicism, with its emphasis on composure, self-control, and intentional action, aligns perfectly with this gesture. Leading her by the lower back showcases your ability to take charge in a manner that is respectful, considerate, and understated. It is not about dominance, it's about care. It's about showing her that you're aware of her presence and attentive to her needs, creating a sense of security that fosters trust and affection. This small yet meaningful act has a grounding effect. Whether you're guiding her through a busy crowd, helping her navigate an unfamiliar environment, or simply moving from one place to another, Placing your hand lightly on her lower back gives her a sense of direction and reassurance. It tells her that you're taking the lead, not because she's incapable, but because you care. This thoughtfulness strengthens the bond between you, reminding her that she can rely on you in even the smallest situations. From a psychological perspective, touch plays a crucial role in human connection, and the lower back is a particularly intimate yet non-invasive area. When you guide her this way, you're creating a physical connection that's both protective and affectionate. The lower back is close enough to be personal, but far enough to remain respectful, striking the perfect balance. This touch communicates a level of familiarity and trust that enhances emotional closeness. The way you execute this gesture matters greatly. Subtlety is key. Your touch should be light yet firm, ensuring that it feels natural and supportive rather than overbearing or controlling. A heavy or forceful hand might come across as aggressive, while an overly hesitant touch may feel awkward. Instead, aim for a confident, steady touch that signals both care and self-assurance. When done correctly, this simple action can deepen physical intimacy and emotional connection. The setting also plays a role in the impact of this gesture. In a crowded place, guiding her by the lower back signals that you're attentive to her comfort and safety. It shows that you're not only aware of her, but also protective of her in situations that might feel overwhelming or chaotic. In quieter moments, like walking together or transitioning between spaces, this act can be more tender and intimate, subtly reinforcing the bond you share. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and to approach every action with intention. By leading her by the lower back, you're practicing this philosophy in a way that directly benefits your relationship. It's a small act that demonstrates composure, control, and a deep sense of responsibility for her well-being. This reinforces her trust in you, making her feel cared for and secure in your presence. Moreover, this gesture sends a message about your character. A man who leads with confidence, gentleness, and respect is a man who earns admiration and trust. This kind of leadership doesn't demand attention, it quietly commands it. It's about creating an environment where she feels safe and valued, which is essential for building a lasting connection. Beyond the immediate moment, leading her by the lower back also establishes a sense of teamwork and partnership. It's a reminder that you're navigating life together, side by side. This physical act of guidance mirrors the emotional and mental support you offer as her partner, showing her that she can depend on you not just in public, but in every aspect of your relationship. The gesture also opens the door to deeper physical intimacy. While subtle, this touch creates a connection that's both comforting and electrifying. It reminds her of your presence in a way that feels personal and meaningful, strengthening the bond between you. Over time, these small moments of connection accumulate, building a foundation of trust, affection, and shared experiences. It's important to read her comfort level when using this gesture. Every woman is different, and understanding her preferences is crucial. If she responds positively, this act will become a natural and welcome part of your dynamic. If she seems uncomfortable, respect her boundaries and find other ways to demonstrate care and attentiveness. Emotional intelligence and adaptability are key to making gestures like this meaningful and effective. When leading her by the lower back, pair the gesture with other signs of attentiveness. Maintain eye contact when you speak, offer her a reassuring smile, or lightly guide her with a quiet comment like, "This way." These small details amplify the impact of your touch, showing her that your care extends beyond the physical to the emotional and mental realms. On a symbolic level, this gesture represents your role in the relationship. It's a reminder that you're willing to take initiative, provide guidance, and ensure her comfort, no matter the situation. It's a way of showing her that she's a priority in your life, and that you're committed to creating a space where she feels loved and protected. Ultimately, leading her by the lower back is about more than just physical guidance, it's about emotional connection. It's about showing her through your actions, that you're someone she can rely on. Whether in a crowded room or a quiet hallway, this simple gesture carries a profound message: I've got you. I'm here for you. And in that moment, she'll feel the depth of your care and the strength of your bond. So the next time you're walking together, don't underestimate the power of this small act. Place your hand lightly on her lower back, guide her with confidence and respect, and let her feel the warmth of your care. In doing so, you'll not only create a moment of connection, but also reinforce the trust, intimacy, and love that form the foundation of your relationship. Chapter 5. Feed her or share your food. Sharing food may seem like a small, everyday action, but its emotional impact reaches far beyond its simplicity. Offering her a bite of your meal or feeding her directly is an intimate and thoughtful gesture that strengthens your connection and deepens trust. In many ways, it reflects an unspoken language of care, one that transcends words and resonates on a deeply personal level. Stoic philosophy teaches us the value of nurturing connections through small but meaningful acts. Sharing food embodies this principle beautifully. Across cultures and throughout history, the act of sharing a meal has been a universal symbol of care, generosity, and love. It's not just about offering sustenance, it's about sharing an experience, a moment, and a part of yourself. When you share your food with her, you're saying, I want you to enjoy this with me. I want us to share this joy together. This gesture also reflects an attitude of abundance and generosity. In a world that often teaches us to guard what we have, offering your food, something personal and essential, sends a powerful message. It tells her that you're willing to share not just what you own, but also what you value. This act of selflessness fosters a sense of safety and belonging, making her feel deeply cherished and cared for. When you feed her or share your food, the way you approach the moment matters. There's an opportunity to make it playful and light-hearted, bringing an element of joy and fun into the interaction. Tease her gently about trying the best bite or joke about how you saved her the most delicious portion. These light, humorous moments can create a sense of ease and connection, turning a simple gesture into a memory she'll treasure. On the other hand, you can choose to make the moment tender and intimate. Offer her a bite with a quiet smile or a look of affection, letting her feel the warmth of your care. This subtle act of kindness becomes even more powerful when it's done without expectation or fanfare, just a quiet, sincere expression of love and thoughtfulness. Beyond the immediate act, sharing food also symbolizes partnership and teamwork. It's a reminder that you're in this together, that you're willing to share your life and your experiences with her. This sense of togetherness fosters intimacy, building a foundation of trust and mutual respect. Over time, these small moments of connection accumulate, creating a narrative of love and care that strengthens your relationship in meaningful ways. From a psychological perspective, the act of sharing food taps into primal instincts of bonding and trust. In the earliest human societies, sharing food was essential for survival and often signified closeness and loyalty. Even today, this act carries a similar emotional weight, signaling that you prioritize her well-being and happiness. When you offer her a bite of your meal or feed her directly, you're subconsciously telling her, I've got you. I'll take care of you. It's important to pay attention to her reactions and preferences in these moments. Some women may find the gesture romantic and endearing, while others may prefer a more casual approach. Understanding her comfort level and adapting your actions accordingly shows emotional intelligence and thoughtfulness, which will make the gesture even more meaningful. Sharing food also opens up opportunities for connection through shared experiences. Whether you're trying a new dish at a restaurant, cooking together at home, or splitting your favorite snack, these moments create a sense of partnership and shared adventure. They allow you to bond over something as simple as a meal, turning an everyday activity into a special memory. Moreover, this act speaks to the kind of person you are. A man who willingly shares his food or feeds his partner demonstrates qualities like kindness, attentiveness, and generosity. These are traits that women deeply value, as they reflect your ability to prioritize her happiness and make her feel cared for. It's not about the food itself, but about the intention and thoughtfulness behind the gesture. Over time, these small acts of sharing contribute to the overall atmosphere of your relationship. They create a pattern of giving and receiving, fostering a sense of balance and mutual appreciation. When she feels that you're willing to share not just your resources, but also your joy and experiences, it deepens her emotional connection to you. Ultimately, feeding her or sharing your food is about more than the physical act, it's about what it represents. It's about showing her that she's special to you, that you value her presence, and that you're willing to make her a priority in even the smallest ways. This seemingly simple gesture becomes a powerful tool for building intimacy, trust, and love. So, the next time you're sharing a meal together, take a moment to offer her a bite of your food or feed her directly. Do it with intention, whether through playful teasing or quiet tenderness. Let her feel, through your actions, that she's important to you. In that moment, you're not just sharing food, you're sharing a piece of yourself, and that's what truly matters. Chapter 6. Hold her hand tight in public. Holding her hand may seem like an ordinary gesture, but when done with intention and confidence, it can transform into a powerful expression of love and affection. A firm, steady grip conveys more than physical connection. It communicates emotional security, reassurance, and a sense of belonging. For her, this simple act becomes a source of comfort, making her feel cherished and protected wherever you go. In Stoic philosophy, actions are far more impactful than words. Stoics believed in showing love and commitment through deeds rather than grand proclamations. Holding her hand tightly in public is a subtle yet profound way of saying, "I'm here for you, I'm with you, and I'm proud to be by your side." It's an unspoken declaration of your bond and a public affirmation of your connection. This gesture goes beyond mere physicality. It's about creating a shared space of trust and intimacy. In a crowded world, where distractions are endless and moments of connection are fleeting, holding her hand serves as a grounding ritual, a reminder that, no matter what's happening around you, you are together. It's a signal to her, and to the world, that she is your priority. The way you hold her hand matters. A limp or hesitant grip can feel dismissive, as though you're going through the motions without genuine care. On the other hand, a firm but gentle hold speaks volumes. It tells her that you're present, attentive, and invested in her well-being. Your touch should strike a balance, firm enough to communicate strength and protectiveness, but soft enough to convey tenderness and consideration. To elevate this gesture, pay attention to the details. Subtle, affectionate touches, like running your thumb along her hand, tracing small circles, or giving a gentle squeeze, add layers of intimacy and care. These micro-movements, though seemingly small, amplify the emotional impact of the gesture. They create a rhythm of connection, making her feel seen, valued, and loved in ways words often cannot. Holding her hand tightly in public also has a symbolic meaning. It's a way to proudly claim her as your partner, letting the world know that you value her presence in your life. It's not about possession, but about partnership, a way of showing her that you're proud to be with her and that she belongs in your life. This sense of pride is deeply reassuring, affirming her importance to you and strengthening the foundation of your relationship. Consider how this act can impact her emotionally. When you hold her hand with confidence and purpose, it reminds her that she's safe with you, not just physically, but emotionally as well. It's a silent promise of your commitment, a way to let her know that you'll stand by her side through anything. This kind of reassurance can deepen her trust in you, fostering a sense of security that becomes the cornerstone of your bond. In moments of vulnerability or uncertainty, holding her hand tightly becomes even more significant. It tells her, without words, that she doesn't have to face challenges alone. Your grip becomes a source of strength, a quiet reminder that you're in this together. Even in everyday situations, walking down the street, navigating a crowded event, or simply sitting next to each other, this small act can create a profound sense of togetherness. This gesture isn't just about her, it reflects your own confidence and self-assurance as well. A man who holds his partner's hand with pride and purpose signals that he's comfortable with vulnerability and connection. It shows emotional maturity, a willingness to be present and fully engaged in the relationship. For her, this is incredibly attractive, as it demonstrates that you're not afraid to express your feelings and prioritize your bond. Moreover, the consistency of this action over time can leave a lasting impression. It's not about grand, sporadic gestures, but about the reliability of your care and affection. Every time you reach for her hand, you're reinforcing the message that she's important to you. These small moments accumulate, creating a narrative of love and devotion that strengthens your relationship day by day. Ultimately, holding her hand tightly in public is about more than physical connection. It's about emotional connection, trust, and shared pride. It's a simple yet profound way to show her that she matters to you, that you're proud to be her partner, and that she can count on you to be by her side. So, the next time you walk together, let your hand be an extension of your heart. Hold her hand with confidence, care, and intention, and watch how this seemingly small act can deepen your bond in ways you never imagined. Chapter 7. Open her door. The classic act of chivalry, opening her door, is a gesture that transcends time and trends. In a world that often celebrates convenience and speed, this simple act of kindness serves as a profound reminder of respect, consideration, and effort. While it might appear small, its impact can be monumental, creating a ripple effect of appreciation and emotional connection. Stoics understood the power of meaningful actions, often emphasizing that love and care are best expressed through service. Opening her door is an embodiment of this principle. It conveys thoughtfulness and reminds her that you are not just physically present, but emotionally engaged and attentive to her comfort and well-being. In a way, this gesture becomes a silent yet powerful declaration of your intentions and your character. This is not about impressing her with grand displays or over-the-top romantic gestures, it's about consistency. Whether it's the car door, the entrance to a restaurant, or even her office, these small, considerate acts create an emotional bank of goodwill. Each time you extend this courtesy, it reinforces an unspoken message: I care enough to make your life just a little easier. Over time, she will begin to associate you with a sense of reliability and thoughtfulness, two qualities that are as rare as they are deeply attractive. Beyond the immediate act itself, opening her door represents something larger. It's about creating moments of pause in the hustle and bustle of everyday life. When you step ahead to open the door, you're not just being courteous, you're creating a moment where she feels seen, valued, and cared for. In that brief exchange, you're making her feel special in a way that words cannot. These small rituals of care can serve as the foundation of a relationship built on mutual respect and attentiveness. Moreover, this habit reflects your attitude toward life as a whole. Men who take the time to open doors for others often exhibit a mindset of service and gratitude. It shows that you don't just operate in a transactional way, but rather, you're someone who goes the extra mile to make others feel comfortable and appreciated. For her, this speaks volumes about the kind of partner you are and the kind of partner you will continue to be. Importantly, this act of chivalry must come from a genuine place. Women are perceptive, and if your gesture feels forced or insincere, it can have the opposite effect. True chivalry isn't about showing off or adhering to societal norms, it's about showing her that her presence inspires you to be a better man. When this intention is clear, opening her door becomes more than a courteous action, it becomes a meaningful connection. In the grander scheme of things, these acts of kindness have a way of accumulating, weaving themselves into the fabric of her perception of you. She'll notice when you're consistent, and she'll appreciate the steady effort you put into making her feel cherished. It's not about perfection, but about showing up and being thoughtful, time and time again. Ultimately, opening her door isn't just about the door itself, it's about opening the metaphorical door to trust, admiration, and emotional intimacy. It's about creating an environment where she feels safe, respected, and valued. In doing so, you're not just setting yourself apart from others, you're laying the groundwork for a connection that is built on care and sincerity, qualities that will make her want to stay by your side for the long haul. So, the next time you find yourself walking toward a door, take that extra moment to open it for her. It may seem like a small thing, but in the grand tapestry of your relationship, it could very well become a thread that holds it together. After all, it's not just about the gesture, it's about the message it sends, that her happiness and comfort matter to you, and you're willing to put in the effort to prove it. The beauty of these gestures lies in their simplicity. They don't require grand displays or elaborate efforts. Instead, they reflect your ability to be present, intentional, and attuned to her needs, all qualities that the Stoics championed. By embracing these subtle yet powerful acts, you'll not only create deeper connections, but also embody the kind of man who naturally attracts and keeps the attention of women. If this resonated with you, like, share, and comment below. Let's hear your stories and thoughts.